Chris Eubank Jr. has been brutally knocked out by Liam Smith. I haven't even watched it yet. I was listening to it on radio and it sounded pretty bad. And I was rooting for Chris Eubank Jr. because of Liam Smith's homophobic remarks in the build-up to the fight. He kept saying to Eubank, "We've never seen you with any women. Are you trying to tell us something, mate? Is there something you're trying to tell us?" As if that means he's gay. And has Liam Smith not realised it's 2023 and you can't be insulting people because they're gay or might be gay or be using gay as an insult? It's not 2022 anymore. And that, for once, would have made Eubank the good guy. The Eubanks, from the time of Chris Eubank Sr., he was kind of this hated figure, this brash, arrogant show-off that would jump into the ring, and people actually really hated him, Chris Sr., the dad. Later in life, he became this kind of national treasure and is actually loved and adored and respected. But no, Eubank Sr. was a hate figure at one point, and Eubank Jr. has kind of fallen into that trap or portrayed himself as the arrogant one without really ever backing it up. He paraded around the, is it IBO version of the world title that he won, which is a lightly regarded title and not a real world title. And Liam Smith was also picking on that point. But I thought for once, because Liam Smith had made these homophobic remarks and Eubank had kind of responded in a very decent way and said, "Oh, you know, it wouldn't matter," or I can't remember exactly his comeback, but he kind of rose above it. And he even did a face-off wearing the famous rainbow armband that the England players were too scared to wear in case they got a yellow card. He wore that for the face-off with Liam Smith. But again, all this signalling, we can call it virtue signalling if we like, or just being virtuous, doesn't always win you the match, doesn't always win you a football match, doesn't always win you a fight. And Chris Eubank, regardless of his good work combating homophobia, has been brutally knocked out. Where do they go from here? Well, apparently it will be a rematch at Anfield because Liam Smith is a Liverpool fan and there was a rematch clause. Smith was saying, well, it's Eubank that's putting the rematch clause in there. He's obviously not very confident, but I guess it's really the businessmen that put in the rematch clause. And when it comes to money, you never can be too careful. So there may well be a rematch in Anfield. Is there any point after a performance like this? 4 rounds, brutally knocked out. Was it the weight cutting, trying to get down to the catch weight for the Conor Benn fight that never materialised? Has that done damage to Chris Eubank? Roy Jones Jr., who is now working with Eubank and is in his corner, knows more than anyone the devastation that severe fluctuations in weight can do to you. When he blew up to heavyweight to take on John Ruiz and won, I think, the WBA version of the world title, when he boiled himself back down to light heavy, he was never the same fighter again. So did that unnecessary weight cut for a catchweight contest with Conor Benn cost Chris Eubank dearly? I think perhaps it did.